guys, welcome back to Hood Alchemy. I'm Josh.
I'm Magenta.
And this is the V-Day special, which the V is representing vaginal. So we're going to get into vaginal health. But before we get into that, let me ask you, how's your week? How was your V-Day?
My week was good. Valentine's Day was good. We went to the gym. Went to work. It worked out. But overall, it was chill. It was good. What about you?
Same. V-Day was, we didn't do shit. You know, V-Day is it's special for everyone else, and I thought that was beautiful just to see all the people having flowers. And I work with children, and I seen them bringing their little significant others with flowers, and I enjoy seeing everybody else be happy. Really, so that's what V-Day was about for me. Yeah, that's really it.
People posting their pictures on Instagram, think it's so cute.
Exactly. I mean, I don't. But yeah, I was just happy seeing everybody be, taken care of. Everybody was getting flowers, candy. I seen a lot of beautiful things. I also seen some things where I was like, that's, that's none of my business. But yeah, that's really it. There's not much to talk about throughout the week because we really didn't do anything. We worked out and that was really it. And
now we here.
So yeah, based off what I just told you guys, you kind of got an idea of what the episode's about. The episode, we're going to talk about something that is usually taboo to talk about within just the Black community or just within the hood. This episode, we're going to talk about just vaginal health, how to care for yourself, and we're going to break it down in 3 main talking points. So the first main talking point will be just your overall health, your overall vaginal health, how to care for it, what things you need to do for yourself just on a daily basis, your diet, what things you need to implement into your diet to take care of your overall health.
Yeah, so secondly, we're going to talk about 3 main infections that can also harm vaginal health, and just wanted to put you guys on what to look out for, how you can get those infections, where they come from, and how to prevent them, and how to cure them. We're not doctors, but we could lead you to the right direction of where to go and stuff like that to get them cured.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And also during that segment, we're going to talk about the proper aftercare and just prior care to having sex. I think that's not talked about. A lot of women don't know that aftercare is very, very fucking important. Just him wiping you up is not enough. You have to do so much more after sex, and even just before sex, you have to prepare yourself. I think we all just get in the moment of just having sex, but I think as a woman, if you're gonna have sex, you're aware. Okay, I might. Prepare yourself, prepare your body for it. And we're going to tell you how to prepare your body for it and how to take care of your body afterwards.
Yes. And then I will also recommend different herbs that is also beneficial to your vagina, just overall womb, reproductive health overall. Doesn't have to necessarily do with sex, but just overall, reproductive health,
exactly,
including sex as well. So
so we're going to start with just understanding the vaginal health, the basics of the vaginal health, and what are the things you need to do just in general. You don't technically have to wash it. Your vagina cleans itself. It's a self-cleansing organ. However, you need to just do the minor, mild things just to clean the outer parts to prevent the bacteria from getting into the insides of the vagina. And you don't want to use anything scented. You don't want to put soap literally in a hole. You just want to clean the lips, literally, with mild soap, no scent, literally. And that's all you need. No douching. Yeah. Douching is horrible for the vagina. I don't recommend putting essential oils down there at all.
Yeah.
Because it cleans itself. And you don't want to use anything that can be harsh to the vagina at all. You just don't.
Yeah, that's the most sensitive part of our body. So, yeah.
And then the vagina has its own bacteria. Let's keep that in mind. It has a bacteria that's actually really good for the body. And your vagina has to stay at a pH level of 3.8 and 4.5. So you have to be very, 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 very aware of your pH balance. You can tell when your pH balance is off based off just irritation, a scent. And sometimes scent is not always saying that your vagina is off, but that's something to look into. If you have a scent that's just unusual and you're not used to smelling it, that's something to think about when it comes to your pH balance. If your discharge is a little off, it's a little thicker than usual, or it's a little wetter than usual. People think just because it's gushing out, it's okay. Sometimes sometimes that can be a sign of an infection. The color of the discharge is very important. The discharge 9 times out of 10 is going to be about a whitish color. Sometimes it may be yellow, but like a very tinted yellow. You don't want it to be like a tint of green, a tint of brown, even a grayish tint. Those are very, very like no.
Yeah, STD signs or
any like those are signs that your body is infected. Like, and you have to be aware of what underwear you are using down there as well. I would recommend white cotton. That's it. Literally, that's the best for the vagina. But if you don't, and I'm not always wearing white cotton, but I usually wear panties that have like a white lining on the inside, just because you don't want to wear a lot of panties that has dye in it. Dye in the vagina is an infection. A lot of panties can cause you BV, yeast infections, just because of the dye. You don't want to wear highly dyed panties with no white lining, or just not wearing white. You should just wear white panties. Not too tight, for real. You want it to be very comfortable fitting. You want it to know. You want to know that you can put these panties on and it don't feel any discomfort. You can't be uncomfortable in your panties. Also, sometimes you need to not wear panties. I don't think a lot of women understand that as well. Sometimes you just have to free ball. That means just, you know, at night when you're going to sleep, don't wear panties. Or just when you're wearing a skirt and it's a long skirt, don't wear panties. You have to let it breathe as well. Wearing panties all the time is also very bad for the vagina. It's suffocating it. It's holding in bacteria. It's not a good thing. You have to know the balance. Everything is good in moderation, honestly. So make sure you're taking your probiotics. You can get probiotics in just yogurt. Yogurt has a high content of probiotics and just bacteria. That's very good for the vagina. You can get a probiotic supplement. There's a lot of ways you can get probiotics. So make sure you're getting probiotics into your system. Probiotics and then probiotics. Just make sure you're getting that bacteria that you need for the vagina into your system, so it's, you know, taking care of your pH balance and making sure that bacteria that is down there is being fed. You know? You got to make sure you're getting that. Lack of sleep can also be bad for your vagina. Little do you know. Lack of sleep, people think that lack of sleep only affects you mentally. It literally affects your whole body. Also affects the vagina. Stress affects the vagina. I know for me, when I'm stressed, I break out. I do get a bad scent when I'm stressed. I don't know about other women, but when I'm stressed, my vagina just...
stress with you.
Yes. So, yeah, stress is horrible. Just prioritizing yourself. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Changing your underwear. Taking your probiotics. Drinking your water. All of those things will prevent you from just being affected or having a scent down there. And even if you do all those things, it's a chance that you might still get a scent down there. It's a chance that you might still get an infection. All of those things are very normal for us women, unfortunately. And I also want to make sure you guys know, because even if you do get those things, that doesn't make you less of a woman. Doesn't make you a stanky woman. Doesn't make you a woman with bad vagina. Like, I know that men try to push that narrative as if we have to have the best vagina 24/7. And I literally had a man tell me vagina smells like and tastes like water. That is false. Some women might have that water taste. Kudos to you. But not all of us have that taste, and don't let any man make you feel bad because you don't fit that standard, because they literally don't know shit about vaginas. So
a lot of men don't even know the female anatomy
at all. So I literally had to argue down a man about a vagina having 2 holes. So that should let you know everything you need to know. Don't trust a man when it comes to vaginas. Don't let a man tell you anything about your vagina, your vaginal health. Don't let a man make you feel like less of a woman because you are affected by these things. You can do all the things I just named and still get sick. And still get an infection. So yeah. Now we're going on to the main infections you can get.
Okay, so the common main infections that you could get in your vagina is yeast infection, bacterial vaginosis, and UTIs. These are very common infections, especially pertaining to sex. So a little bit about yeast infection. Yeast infection is just an overgrowth of yeast in your vagina. And basically it comes out, you know, you have yeast infection when you're really itchy, or when it comes out cottage cheese, like your discharge is very cottage cheese-like.
It smells sweet, or like bread, or like buttery, or like cheese. Like, it just smells very like
like
yeast, like things that have yeast in it.
Yeah, really itchy, really irritable. Like even if you was to wash down there and you could do all the steps you need to do to cleanse it out, you're still gonna feel those symptoms. So I do recommend going to a doctor, going to a gynecologist, getting checked up, getting antibiotics. I know like taking pills to cure our infections can be like but it's really well needed and it's really convenient. That way you don't have to struggle trying to do self-healing because it's going to take a while. Commonly get yeast infections too by not even just through sex, but even just through wearing tight panties, like she said, just wearing tight clothes, not taking care of yourself internally, not eating a lot of sugars, because yeast infection is a form of candida, and candida thrives on sugar and just junk food. So you could just get a yeast infection by just having a bad, unhealthy health infection through sex, commonly by having sex with a new partner or somebody that's not used to your body fluids, or even if somebody is like, if you're having sex with multiple people and somebody that you're having sex with is having sex with other people,
they got a yeast infection,
and they got yeast infection, that could transfer through. So making sure that you really take care of yourself before and after sex, that way you can prevent getting yeast infections. But don't feel bad having yeast infection. It's very common. Just make sure you go get checked up and get that sorted. BV is similar to yeast infection, but it's different. BV doesn't have you're not going to discharge cottage cheese, but you are going to have like a very potent scent down there.
And you are going to have discharge, but it's going to be more watery.
Yeah, more watery. It's really irritable as well, and it's actually more annoying than a yeast infection, in my opinion. It's one of those things where it's just like bacteria, just build up by bacteria in vagina. Really, you definitely need to take antibiotics to heal that over. And another common thing in infections is UTIs. UTI stands for urinary tract infection. That's very, very common through sex, especially after you're not peeing, because UTIs is solely based on the bladder, the kidneys, the urinary system itself. So you having sex, you climax. If you're not using the bathroom right after or peeing that bacteria out, it just will sit in your bladder system, and then you could form a UTI. UTI symptoms are pretty much when you pee, it kind of has like a burning sensation, very irritating. You may feel like you have to pee every 5 seconds, and then when you go use the bathroom, a little bit comes out. It's so annoying. Or nothing comes out. It's very annoying. So you definitely have to take antibiotics as well.
All of these you have to take antibiotics. There's no way around it. Yeah. We can give you all the herbal supplements, all the probiotics, prebiotics, all the fermented food will not prevent these things, but they will not cause them to go away. You literally have to go to the doctor and get an antibiotic. There's no way around it, and I highly recommend not letting it sit, just because if you let it sit, it gets worse. And now, I know that we all have sex, okay? We all do it. I just think that we all are not aware of the importance of before care and after care.
Yeah.
Before care is just what you do before you have sex. I am a firm believer that you need to prepare for sex.
Yes.
You can't just, I know everybody want to be in the heat of the moment and just want to but I feel like as adults and as a grown woman, I know when I'm going to have sex with somebody. I don't know about the rest of you women. I'm in charge of my sexual being. I know that if I invite a man to my home, or I shave, or you know as a woman what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Prior to sex.
Even if in your mind you say, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it," but you know you're gonna do it.
So you know, we can sit up here and pretend and play hard to get. I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're grown as hell. We're all grown, and even if you're not grown, if you're still young, just be aware. Be more in control of your sexual health. Don't allow a man to control that process. If you want to have sex, go ahead. But let's talk about what you need to do before you do it. So before you do anything, clean yourself. Clean yourself. Even a whole bath. Just wipe up down there. You've been out all day. You've been sitting in panties, sweating. Wet clothes breeds bacteria.
Yeah.
Automatically. So if you've been out all day wearing the same panties, walking around, swishing, swashing, all that shit, yeah, you got to go down there and wipe it up. Whole bath, full bath, whatever you want to do. Just clean it. Clean down there gently. Clean your hands. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. I'm not going to put my business out there. But if you are the type of woman who likes to feel in yourself while you and your partner are enduring, you know, your hands is also down there. Clean your hands. Clean your hands. Make sure that person, before they even get in the bed with you, clean their hands.
Facts. As soon as they come in the house, like,
make them wash their hands. Y'all been out all day. If y'all go on the day party too, then y'all go to your home. Clean y'all hands as soon as y'all get in the house. Or even if he been in your house all day, men do dirty things like digging their pants, touch on their balls, all that stuff. Clean y'all hands. Wash y'all hands before I even get down there and get dirty. Drink a lot of water during that day. If you know you're going to spend the time with a man, even if you're not for sure if you're going to have sex, if you have it on your mind, if you're even considering it, just drink a lot of water throughout that day. Just make sure you're peeing a lot. Make sure you're just like preparing yourself for the after moment when you have to pee. Because you have to pee after sex. There's no way around it. So you just want to prepare yourself for that moment. And just, prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself in general. Pee before sex. I don't think people know that. You have to pee before sex just to remove any unwanted bacteria that grew in there while you were just, going about your day-to-day activities. Peeing it out might help a little bit before you guys have sex. You know how sex work. It's in, it's out, it's in, it's out. If it's going in, that bacteria is also following it. So you want to just pee, clean up down there, all of those things. Talk about just sex in general. Don't use lubricants that have a lot of like chemicals added. Try to use oils. Try to use
like coconut oil.
Yeah, coconut oil, jojoba oil. Or if you use a lubricant, try to get a lubricant that's more. try to get a lubricant that's not like that has a lot of chemicals in it or have a lot of additives in it. Just try to look for a lubricant that is more like on the herbal side. They do have herbal lubricants like where you can use it and it's good for the vagina. I highly recommend just using coconut oil. Coconut oil is the best lubricant you can use for the vagina. If you ever use coconut oil during sex, it's like the best. Honestly, it literally feels like
and it's so thin too.
So it literally feels like your own shit, and it smells good too. So I highly recommend. And coconut oil is very good for the vagina. I recommend being very aware of what condoms work for you. Knowing what I personally believe as a woman, you should have condoms. I know men find that to be unattractive, and they assume that you just out here throwing vagina, and that's none of their business if you are. But I highly recommend you buying the condoms that work for you, having them prepared, because men will literally get magnums. Magnums are the worst condoms for me personally. I hate magnums. So, and it hurts. It's dry. It's not the best condom. And men love getting magnums just to feed their ego. You don't have to feed a man's ego. Get what condoms work for you. Get what condoms is comfortable for you. At the end of the day, he doesn't even care.
Don't really care.
They really don't. They literally get condoms from like one time when they was at like a health event, and they would use that on you. Like they really don't care. They don't care what condoms that they use. I mean, some men do. Not a lot. That's very rare that you meet a man that literally cares about the condoms and what works for the woman. And because honestly, if it was up to them, they just want to do it raw.
Let's be honest. And not even see your results until after, probably. So for you as a woman, I would highly recommend just looking up what condoms work for you. Some women are allergic to lamb skin. Some women are allergic to latex. Try to see what condoms work for you. Try to see what condoms give you infections. At the end of the day, it's your vagina. It's not going to affect him putting that condom on. It's going to affect you. Now let's get into aftercare. Pee. Like, after he wipes you up, I wouldn't even suggest a man wiping you up. Because I'm going to tell you why. It's cute. It shows that he cares. I would let him do it just to let him, like, show that he cares, a form of affection. But after he do, I'm going to get up and redo it. Like, you have to.
Don't depend on him wiping you up as the only form of wipe up. They literally just, pat down there. And it's still just be a hot mess.
Sometimes they don't even get the actual
And then if
part.
they do wipe down there, sometimes they be overly, like, aggressive. Like, they wiping, like, it's a vagina. It's a whole womb. Like, they don't know what they're doing. Okay, a lot of men don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I'm not speaking for all men. Some men, it's probably some men out there that really know the vagina and really know what they're doing and really know how to work with the female anatomy. But that's rare, and we all know that.
Yes.
So you as a woman, I suggest going to pee immediately. Because you should have drunk a lot of water before you had sex. So if you did that and you listened to us, you should have to pee.
Especially if alcohol is involved.
Exactly. You should have to pee.
Yeah.
If you did what we told you to do prior to, you need to pee right now. You immediately have to go pee. So you're going to go to the bathroom, force yourself to pee. Don't leave that bathroom until you pee. Don't go back in there until you have to go pee.
Yep.
Go pee. Like, that's the first step. That's literally like,
don't even do round 2.
Don't think about round 2 until you go pee. And even after round 2, go pee.
Yeah, like.
Go pee. Go pee. And don't lay there cuddling into some swampy coochie.
Nah.
Go wipe up. Go do a little whole. I highly suggest doing a little whole bath. Just to, like, literally wipe it up completely. Get the water. Really get down there. Clean it up. Because bacteria breathes in swamp.
Yeah.
It breathes in wetness. If you go down there and you don't wipe it up completely, even after peeing, if you don't wipe down there completely and it's still kind of got the moisture from the sex and just the moisture and the bacteria from the sex, if it's still down there, bacteria is breeding and they're having a fun time with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go take care. You did everything you could to prevent it. Pay attention to pay attention to, like, any that happens after the sex. Like, pay attention to your vagina very much after sex. If your vagina starts to hurt, if your vagina starts to develop like a slight scent, or if your vagina just is not as normal and not doing the things that it usually do, that is the time to really take care of it. Don't let it just continue to get worse and worse and worse and then wait months.
Yeah.
Just deal with it as soon as you have a problem. Go straight to the doctor. And they literally can determine if you have a yeast infection or UTI or BV literally a day after sex.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Don't wait. Just go get it done. Go figure it out. And just pay attention to your body. Make sure everything is still normal. And if it's not, take care of it.
Yeah.
We got through that part. So now it's time for you guys to get some recommendations of herbal supplements that are good for the woman's health.
The herbal recommendations for the womb would be cranberry. Cranberry is like a woman's the reproductive love cranberry. So I know in a lot of
urinary tract loves cranberry too.
Yes, love cranberry. Not just cranberry juice from Tropicana.
No.
It's gonna taste tart, that's okay, but it's still really healthy for you. Very healthy for your vagina. And you, even when you're taking your antibiotics, if you want to get a UTI, cranberry juice is really good to drink with that. That way, like I said, it's still flush out. Cranberry.
And they also, if you don't want to drink cranberry juice, I know it's so fucking disgusting. They have capsules where you can get like the cranberry supplements and they give you all of the dosage that you need of that cranberry juice. So yeah, I highly recommend I agree with the cranberry.
Yeah, probiotics. Be really adamant on the probiotics, prebiotics, because you could take that as a daily, every day, every morning, at least once a day. Is really just healthy for your vaginal health, your immune health, your whole, just the woman. Digestive health. It's really just good overall. And yeah, so probiotics, prebiotics is definitely a recommendation. Garlic is an antifungal. We definitely all know this. I know garlic is used in a lot of remedies. Especially in the Black family, garlic for sickness, garlic for stomach ache, just garlic overall is really good to help clear out any bacteria or any fungus within the womb and the vagina. And yeah. Then we have golden seal. Golden seal helps to fight infections. It's very common in a lot of reproductive remedies. It also helps with chronic yeast infections, vaginal health, and adding fresh y'all. It just helps with overall like BV as well. It's a recommendation for bacterial vaginosis. That way you could be able to remove those symptoms. And yeah. Then the herbs, I recommend red clover. Red clover is a feminine herb. It's really good for menstruating as well. It's really good for the blood, uterine, and the reproductive system as well. Is a common feminine woman herb, just as much as red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf is top tier. I love red raspberry leaf. It's good for preparation of the womb. Menstrual preparation, even when you're menstruating, pregnant, you could drink red raspberry leaf while you're pregnant as well. But I do say talk to your doctor just to clarify with that. But it's a very common herb that you could drink throughout the pregnancy. It helps with tightening the uterine walls. It helps with blood circulation, blood flow, especially when you're menstruating. And it's just a very good vaginal herb.
Yeah, and red clover and red raspberry help with vaginal dryness. If you suffer with that, it helps produce some form of discharge to help with just natural lubrication, so you don't have to use lube.
Yes, for sure. Then we have tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is an essential oil. It is a plant, but it's not common grown in America or in the States. It is commonly grown in Australia. But tea tree oil is essential oil that's very common. It's very good for antibacterial. Well, it's antibacterial, antifungal. You can use tea tree oil for anything, even topical. Usually, they say to put, for yeast infections, they say to put tea tree oil and mix it with like a natural carrier oil, like a jojoba oil, coconut oil, or even shea butter. You can rub some down there. It's really up to you. I usually have done it before, and it really helps with like the itchiness and just like it being irritating. But again, it's still best to take your antibiotics because that's not going to cure the infection. So tea tree oil is really good as far as like antifungal, antibacterial as a topical. Then we have echinacea. Echinacea is commonly known for sickness, feeling like woozy, but it's really good for the women's health overall as well. Dandelion supports the digestive system and is a really good herb as far as like flushing out. It is a diuretic, so it helps you use the bathroom, especially if you have a hard time using the bathroom or you deal with a lot of water retention. It just helps cleanse that bacteria out, and it's really good for your liver, your kidney, your whole urinary tract infection.
And have you noticed that we're recommending a lot of things that are good for the digestive health?
Yeah.
Your digestive health is very much important to your vaginal health. It coincides. If you're not digesting your food properly, if you're not using the bathroom properly, if you're not peeing as much as you need to, those all can contribute to you getting an infection.
Yeah.
So that's why we're trying to recommend also things that include that digestive health, because you have to cleanse the body in order to cleanse the vagina. The vagina is still connected to the body, so there's no way around it.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. And one more herb that I really, 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 really love is rose. Rose is a feminine, high vibrational plant. It is directly solely for women's overall health. So rose do help with dryness, vaginal dryness, especially if you want to feel sensual, you want to feel sexy before you have sex, you want to just boost up that mood. Rose is a very good plant and herb to use while you're, getting yourself aroused or however. But it's also really good for sickness as well, headaches, your reproductive health, digestive system. So it's not only just good for sensuality and your sexual health, it's just overall good for calming your nervous system. So yes, those are the herbs I recommend, and go check them out.
So yeah, that's really it. That was the end of the podcast. But we just wanted to come here and give you guys something unconventional. I think that vaginal health is usually taboo to talk about. We could have talked about love. We could have talked about bad relationships we had in the past.
That's just so cliche.
We can do that another time. We have more. We have stories. Trust me, we got some stories about bad relationships and good Valentine's days we had. We're gonna probably do that down the line. But I think this was more important than any conversation we could have had. I think that I work with the youth, and I notice how they don't know anything about the vagina. They don't know how to care for the vagina. They don't know what to do when it comes to that part of the body and how to care for themselves just in that realm at all. And they're now at the age where they're getting into having sex, they're getting into men, and just
especially that puberty stage. You think that Bath and Body Works spray gonna cure that vaginal scent? I remember them days.
You really and then I even remember just being 23.
Yes, it's still
and I think people think once you're 23, you should 23. You're still a baby. You don't know, and a lot of young people just don't know. Even people my age, just don't. I'm still telling women my age how to take care of their vagina, and the little things that we recommended is just basically things that are important to know. We just highlighted
what you need to know.
We highlighted the basics. We didn't even go in depth because we we don't need to do that today.
Yeah.
But just know that vaginal health is more important than anything we could have talked about today. And we all know that V-Day is that time where everybody's having sex. A lot of babies are being made. That's why we have so many fucking Scorpios. Just take care of yourself, y'all. That's all we're saying. Just take care of yourself. Be very aware. Just be very cautious of just your vagina and love on her too. She's just as important as that man. That man beating her up, and she needs to be loved too.
Exactly.
See how she doing? Go put some oils down there. Take care of her. Love her.
And your vagina will definitely tell you. Like, please comment down. Yeah, and if you guys are more curious about our own
personal battles with vaginal health,
yeah,
we can definitely get. I don't mind. I'm not embarrassed about, because I've had a long line of vaginal issues, and I don't mind getting into it. So if you do want to know a more personal story about just us and our vaginal health and the things that we went through just to maintain our vaginal health and how we took care of our womb as women, we can do that. We don't mind exposing ourselves.
Yeah, we're human. We all go through, you know, we ain't perfect.
Yeah, we had experiences with men. We all,
get to learn the hard way. That's what we know. We know now to tell y'all. So.
To tell y'all, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. We also are going to put out a lot of things that come with the V-Day special. We're putting out some amazing photos with this background and this outfit.
Yes.
We put out individual photos. Go check those out. Go support us. The individual photos, they was just a teaser. We just wanted to tease y'all a little bit before we really get into the nitty gritty. And she's gonna put out like a little on Instagram. She's gonna put the herbs that she recommended. She's gonna put how they can benefit you, so you can go on to the Instagram to see that. If you didn't catch all of them, we're gonna list them all. List how they take care of you, and she's probably gonna list other things as well if you want.
Yes.
But yeah, we're gonna put out a lot of stuff throughout the week. So just
February, Valentine's month,
so, vaginal month, exactly. We're getting the flowers, girls. So,
yeah.
Anywho.